This isn't the California Penal League.
All right, and it's time for another recap vid. Here are the standings as they were heading into week 12. I was in first, Andy second, Mikey third, Gabe fourth, D-Buck fifth, Paul sixth, Eric seventh, Phil eighth, Dave ninth, Fred 10th, Mike 11th, and Matt Gabb bringing up the rear. And I've already explained what the green and red mean in the first two videos, so I'm not going to go through that again. Anyways, let's see what happened with the Week 12 matchups. And the first matchup is Gabe versus myself. This was a fucking tight battle all week. Our offenses were in virtual pillow fights for most of the week. But over the weekend, Gabe must have threw some rocks in his fucking pillowcase because he pulled out ahead. So good on him, son of a bitch. I predicted myself to win. Surprise, surprise, I was wrong. Gabe led the league with these 76 strikeouts. He had a ridiculous 8 quality starts and a very good ERA and whip. So good job, Gabe, for giving me my second loss.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
You bastard. All right, to the next matchup, we have Mikey versus D-Buck. Let's see how close this was in the categories. Runs is close, home runs tied, extra base hits close, RBIs close, OPS pretty close, QS, W, saves, holds. All right, this was a really close matchup, closer than it appears with the 9-3 score, but kudos to D-Buck. He got off the schneid. He's back in the old win column. And I predicted Mikey to win this one, so wrong again.
Wrong.
0 for 2. Let's go to the next matchup. We have Matt Gabb versus Fred. Well, Matt Gabb, I'm pretty sure I fucked you out the window here by predicting that you'd win. Because, hell, you didn't even win a single fucking category. Good God. So, note to self, my predictions suck. As if I already didn't fucking know that. Anyways, Fred pretty much ran roughshod. I mean, holy fuck, 60 runs. That might be the high for the season. I know the 20 home runs is. He obviously took home the Serrano Slugger Award. And I forgot to mention in the first matchup, Gabe's strikeouts were a league high this past week. So he took home the Wild Thing Award. But yeah, just completely annihilated him. And I, of course, 0 for 3 now in my predictions. Good job, me. Let's go to the next matchup. We have Phil versus Eric. This, let's see, a couple categories were close. Yeah, this is actually fairly close, but Eric pulled it out, and holy fuck, I got one right. I picked Eric to win.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker, that's right.
Good job fucking me, finally. I got one fucking right. Eric led the league in wins with 5, so he took home the winning award. All right, next matchup, we have Paul versus Dave. This is actually another one I got correct. I picked Dave. I thought his luck would finally change, and it did. Once again, he mashed a ton of home runs. And he actually had way more stolen bases than Paul, which is surprising. But good job on Dave. He won 8-5 to 1. So what does that make me now? 2-3. So I have a chance to finish 500. Let's see if I do. Last matchup pits Andy versus Mike. And Mike pulled it off 9-3 to 2. He hit a ridiculous 17 home runs. It looks like the pitching was pretty close in the counting stats, but offensively, Mike just mashed. So there we go. I got another one correct. Holy shit. So I finished 3 for 3. 50%. So pretty much fucking coin flip. Anybody could do that. But hey, last week I was just 2 and 4, so it's an improvement. I think I'm forgetting some awards. Oh yeah, here we go. See, Andy tied for the league lead in stolen bases with 7, and I believe he was tied with Fred. So that should cover all the trophies for this week. Now, let's see what the standings look like heading into week 13. Alright, if you couldn't tell by the cheesy fucking music, there was a fucking whole lot of fucking shaking going on in these standings. This time I decided to go ahead and put some symbols to let people know where they moved up in each standings. Let me just run through them real quick. I remained in first, still matched in the ACR standings. Andy is still second. However, he fell 2 slots in the ACR standings. Mikey's still third. He fell 2 slots in the ACR. Gabe is still fourth. He actually moved up a spot in the ACR standings. He's up to number 2. So he's doing very well in most of the categories, or at least on average. You got D-Buck is 5th. He moved up a spot in the ACR. Eric, my boy, moved up to 6th in both standings. But more importantly, the regular season standings, Eric is currently in the playoffs if the season's in today. So good job, guy. Persistence pays off. Stereotype about your people is correct. You're a hard worker. Oh yeah, I just went there. All right, then you got Dave. He went up 2 spots, but he actually went down 2 in the ACR, which means, hey, he finally had some fucking good luck. It went the other way. Paul's down to number 8. Fred is up to number 9. And I'm not going to go through the ACR anymore. You can just look at the symbols yourselves. Phil fell down to 10. Mike stayed at 11. And Matt Gabb stayed at 12. But if you want to take a cursory glance, see the movement in each standings, so kind of know what kind of fucking shaking we had going on. It's definitely a shake-up in the standings. All right. But with that, let's go to the Week 13 matchups, and so I can shit the bed once again. All right, and here we have the first matchup is myself versus Mikey. I've picked myself in the first 2 videos, and hey, I'm going to do it again. Why not? Feel like I'm going to rebound from shitting the bed last week. So I'm going to go with the Vegematics to take this matchup. Let's go to the next one. We have D-Buck versus Fred. D-Buck just got off the schneid and picked up a win. I think I'm leaning D-Buck here. Yeah. I'm going to go D-Buck to take this matchup. The next matchup we have Gabe versus Matt Gabb. Gabe, I think I showed that he's up to number 2 in average category rank standings. So he's doing pretty well. Matt Gabb's kind of toiling at the bottom, but hey, guess what? He's still trying. Look, boom. I kind of cursed you last week, Matt Gabb, so I won't do that to you 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to pick Gabe to take this one. Next matchup, we have Eric versus Dave. Dave finally got the win he, quote-unquote deserves. He's back in the win column. He's back up to 7th, knocking on the playoff door. Eric is now currently in the playoffs, so this is a big matchup here. Number 6 versus number 7. I'm going to go with, this is tough. I don't know, it sounds like a broken record, but I just really like Dave's team. I'm going to go with Dave here. Sorry, Eric. And the next matchup we have Mike versus Phil. I'm going with Phil to take this matchup. Yes. Set it in stone. It's good as gold. And the final matchup, we have Andy versus Paul. I'm going to take Andy to take home this matchup. All right, well, that concludes my shitty predictions. As always, I'll be here next Monday. See how the standings look then. Make even more predictions. Did I fuck up on last week's predictions?
You're goddamn right I did!
But that's okay. I'll probably do it again.